going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today is going to be a little bit more simple. Today I'm going to just be working on some of the side work that I've got going on. Got some side work lined up for the weekend with some exhaust stuff, a little bit here and there. But I'm trying to make products to be able to produce to sell. So I made some round catch cans. I've sold 3 of them so far as I'm filming this clip. So I have 1 left. If I have that 1 left by the time this video goes up, I will post it in the description below, or you guys can hit me up on Instagram at ChrisSadowski. But today, one of my subscribers, his name is Christopher Nissen, and he's become a pretty good friend of mine over the last few months or so that I've known him. He actually bought one of the catch cans, and one of the things that he actually wants me to make for him is, if you can see that if it's not too white, a battery relocation box. So if you guys know, in my DA, I have my battery in the hatch. I did that mostly just clear up space in the engine bay. I'm just using the generic Walmart plastic box in the back, and I put my factory battery tray in there and screw that to the trunk and just use a strap to hold it down. Not very ideal, but you know, it works, and I just never bothered to make one. So he wants one. He's using an Optima yellow top battery, so he gave me some specs of the battery. And I'm a beginner fabricator, but obviously I'm trying to make ends meet right now, so I'm giving it my best. I'm getting decent at the TIG welding. Decent, I'd like to think. So we're gonna try and make him a battery box today. So here are the catch cans. I got 3 black ones that I just painted black, and this one is the one that I'm selling to Chris because, I don't know, that's yeah, that was the first one I had done, so that one I had set aside for him. But yeah, so let me show you where mine is and what we'll be doing. Car is so dirty because of all this stupid dust. Oh, my hatch is so heavy. You gonna stay up? Okay. Yeah, so this is the battery box I'm using. Nothing fancy, you know, just kind of just plopped in there. It's all warped and old and stuff. But yeah, so we're gonna make one for him. We're gonna make it a bit smaller. We're gonna make it just a little bit bigger than the battery dimensions. That way he can get his hand in there, pull the battery out, and so it's not sliding around, because that's part of the reason I have to have mine strapped down so hard, is because it's yeah, got plenty of room to get around in there. So let me show you guys what I just went and picked up. Had to go get some supplies. I went and picked up some sheet aluminum, and I haven't bought any raw material like that in a while, since I think before Trump put out that new tariff or whatever, which was months back, but that shows how long it's been. So I went and bought 2 sheets of 6061 90 thou aluminum, and this was definitely a lot more expensive than I anticipated, because I do plan on making kind of DA specific catch cans. I've had 4 people ask me now for ones for DAs, so I'm going to be trying to make one of those. We'll see how long this video goes on. I might try and make it in this video, because I have one that a guy wants me to make them tonight, and you know, yeah, we'll try and film that too. But anyway, because the material is so expensive, those small catch cans, I was using some spare aluminum tubing that I had here, so I was just selling those for 35 bucks a pop because they weren't that pretty, and I just kind of wanted to get my feet wet in it. I mean, some of these turned out decent, but the cuts were a little off, so I mean, this is the best one, but the other ones are a little crooked, but they're all baffled, they all work. But these square ones that I'll be making, obviously that material ain't cheap. I paid 30 bucks a piece for those sheets of metal, and that's not even a lot of metal. That one sheet, that top sheet's probably going to be a little extra for me to make that battery box, and then I have the whole other sheet to try and make a couple small catch cans with. So pricing, I'm going to really have to try and figure this out to where it's fair, to where I'm still making money off of it, and so I can also get material. So I'm thinking probably for these small DA specific ones, these small DA specific catch cans, probably around 80 to 100 bucks. But I guess we'll also see what the labor time is like today. But let's get started. So as cool as it is for the moment to be working from home doing this type of stuff, I gotta tell you, it is hot. Obviously, you can see my shed ain't got no insulation, so it's just straight an oven in here. I got this little guy that I can fill with water. It doesn't really do much. I got this little cooler. It helps a teeny tiny bit. I'm pretty limited on how I can go about doing these things, so I'm doing it the old-fashioned way, and I am just using cut-off wheels and flat discs and bench grinder to trim all this stuff up. So it's a little labor-intensive for me, but hopefully we can make this work. Let me get the aluminum quick. Let me get my measurements, and we'll start cutting, start welding. So ideally, the best way to go about something like this, because it's just kind of like a cube or whatever, you'd want to do it, I think it'd be easiest in 2 sections, but or two pieces that you attach and then your end caps, but I can't really do it like that because I don't have means of bending something like that big. So that means I'd have to be able to bend a piece of aluminum like obviously this wide, and be able to bend it effectively in half without tearing it. And aluminum in general is pretty hard to bend from my experience because it likes to tear. So this is where it gets tricky, and that's where it becomes a lot of weld, because I have to cut 4 pieces of the same size and then the 2 end caps or whatever. So makes it a little tricky. Alright, so the battery dimensions are 6.9 inches wide by 10 inches long and 7.8 inches tall. So I'm going to give them a bit extra room all the way around, and we're going to go ahead and make this, because this sheet is 12 inches across, so I mean for the length I'll just do the 12 inches and I'll just bring it up 9 inches and then just make my cut straight across and do that twice, and that'll give us our sidewalls, and then that'll give him some space in there to be able to reach his hands in, his fingers in to pick the battery up. Two end caps cut out and I got the side plates cut out. So I'm just kind of making a list as I go, so that way I can remember what I did to recreate these. I changed the spec just a little bit. So now I'm going to try and at least tack these all together somehow, and then that way it'll be a little bit easier to get an exact measurement for the top and the bottom plate, because I kind of, I mean it technically should just be the same as that one, but still. I do have to figure out some sort of way to make the top like hinged or something. So I'm going to do that piece last. But yeah, for now I'm going to try and get these side ones at least tacked together and trace out the bottom piece, because this should have just enough to get the bottom section cut out. And then yeah, I'm going to dig into the other piece for the top, which is really bummy because I really did not think this was going to take so much material to do. So these battery boxes are going to be expensive, so I definitely took a loss on this one, but that's alright, we're learning. First thing first, before I even go ahead and finish this, I'm going to test fit it in the trunk and kind of see what we're looking like in terms of clearance. So the left and the right side of the hatch have pretty much the same exact space. So, well, I guess that fits. He's using it. I mean, I guess DA batteries are pretty large, so. Alright, well, can definitely make this work. Alright, the top section is a little obtuse, to say, so it doesn't fit totally perfect, so I just gotta try and make the welds look as decent as I can with what I got. I just honestly don't know a better way to cut this stuff. I don't really have any other saws that'll do something like this, so I feel like I'm kind of stuck doing the cutoff wheel, you know? It's all tacked together. Let's finish welding this up and then we can figure out our lid. Alright, this thing's finally all welded up. It took me, I don't know, probably 2 hours or so to weld it up because my welder is only air cooled, so I couldn't just keep going at it. It's a lot of weld though. This was probably like 110, 120 inches of weld. So next time, definitely gonna have to price accordingly for that. But most of the welds came out a lot better than I expected, but I did burn through a lot of gas. I used like a quarter bottle and I'm pretty much empty, so I have enough to probably finish the lid. Gotta figure out the lid situation yet. I think I'm gonna just use some hinges and just cut a piece out that's that size and maybe double latch it up or something. But other than that, this thing's pretty much done. I'm just gonna notch the sides a little bit for vents for the battery. That's pretty much gonna be that, but yeah, that was a lot of work. So if my lips are really red right now, it's because I was just eating some chamoy ice cream stuff. But went on down to Home Depot, got some hinges, latches, whatever for the battery box. So we're gonna give this a shot. I'm gonna try pop riveting them on. If that doesn't work, then I will just use small little nut and bolts because I don't want screws in there because I don't want pokey things. But yeah, just some small ones just from yeah, Home Depot. So let's give this one a shot. If it works, then battery box is done and we can send it on out to Mr. Chris. So I didn't film putting the hinges on because I didn't know how well it would go, but they riveted on just fine and we got ourselves a functional lid. So I do have one more hinge for like a latch for the front so that way you can close it, and then just to make it so it's not like rattling around like that, I have some foam, insulator foam that I'm gonna just put around the edges right here. But that actually is pretty cool, honestly, I'm not gonna lie. I'm actually really hyped on that. Got the front one, front latch all buttoned up. I even threw some vacuum line on here so it doesn't rattle. I couldn't find any foam, so it is what it is. But it works, it latches. We got ourselves a nice, solid little battery box that looks pretty decent, if I might add. So hopefully Chris is pretty stoked on this, because I know I am. He wanted me to weld rad on top because that's kind of his thing, but I don't really want to mess it up. I don't know. I just don't want to mess it up. So I'll put some stickers in it, and he can put them where he wants if he wants them. But hopefully he's stoked on this. But you know, I'm probably just gonna end this video off here because those catch cans I'll have to make a different day. It's already late in the night. I'm getting up early to go do some detail work in the morning with my brother. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please be sure to let me know in the comments down below. Leave a like on the video. If you're new to the channel, hopefully you've considered subscribing. And go buy a sticker. We got the Integra ones coming out anytime now. They're already made. I just gotta go pick them up. So please support your boy, especially right now when I need it the most. Share the channel, buy some stickers, buy some catch cans, buy whatever I make. Please, guys. Anyways, do what you love. Forget about the rest. See you in the next one. Peace out.